Understanding the global importance of English. English is more than just a means of communication. It is the thread that weaves together the fabric of our global society. It is spoken by over 1.5 billion people around the world and is the official language in 67 countries. But these numbers only tell part of the story. English is the language of international business, science, technology, and diplomacy. It is the language in which global leaders converse, agreements are forged, and innovative ideas are shared. Imagine walking into a room filled with people from different countries, each with their own language, culture, and background. How do you connect with them? How do you share your thoughts, learn from their experiences, or collaborate on a project? English becomes the common ground, the tool that allows for this exchange of ideas and experiences. For students and professionals alike, proficiency in English can be the difference between a limited scope of opportunities and a world of possibilities. It is often the medium of instruction in prestigious universities, the language in which groundbreaking research is published, and the primary mode of communication in multinational companies. Moreover, English is not just a professional asset. It is a cultural one as well. It gives you access to a vast world of literature, music, and cinema. Whether you're reading Shakespeare, listening to the Beatles, or watching a Hollywood film, English allows you to experience these cultural treasures in their original form, capturing the nuances that translations often miss. The importance of English extends to travel as well. No matter where you go, whether it's the bustling streets of Tokyo, the historic alleys of Rome, or the vibrant markets of Marrakesh, English is the language that helps you navigate, connect with locals, and make the most of your travels. It is the language that helps you bridge cultural divides and make lasting memories. In short, English is a global language that offers innumerable advantages. It is a language that empowers you to connect with people, access knowledge, and unlock doors to opportunities that you may never have imagined. How to learn English at home. A comprehensive guide. Learning English at home without the aid of formal classes, apps, or websites is entirely possible, and it can be a rewarding journey if approached with the right mindset and methods. Here's a step-by-step guide to help you achieve fluency in English, all from the comfort of your home. Lay a strong foundation. The basics. Every structure needs a solid foundation, and in language learning, this foundation is built by mastering the basics. Start with the English alphabet and the phonetic sounds associated with each letter. This might seem elementary, but it's crucial. Understanding how letters combine to form sounds and how those sounds create words is the first step towards fluency. Pronunciation drills. Spend time each day practicing the sounds of the letters, focusing on those that may not exist in your native language. For instance, the I sound in English is often challenging for non-native speakers, but with consistent practice, you can master it. Basic vocabulary. Begin by learning simple words. Words that describe your environment, daily activities, and basic needs. Start with nouns like book, door, food, and progress to action words, verbs like run, eat, speak. Pair these with adjectives to start creating descriptive sentences. Simple sentences. Once you've built a basic vocabulary, start forming simple sentences. For example, I eat food can evolve into I eat delicious food every day. This gradual progression from words to sentences helps in solidifying your understanding. 2. Immerse yourself in English. To truly learn a language, you must surround yourself with it. Immersion doesn't mean you have to be in an English-speaking country. You can create an English environment right at home. Labeling your environment. Label objects around your home with their English names. For example, put a label on your refrigerator that says fridge, or on your television that says TV. Every time you interact with these objects, repeat the English word. Over time, these words will become second nature to you. Daily routines in English. Narrate your daily activities in English. This might feel awkward at first, but it's incredibly effective. As you brush your teeth, think to yourself, I am brushing my teeth. When you cook, narrate the process. I'm chopping vegetables for dinner. This practice helps you think in English, which is a crucial step toward fluency. English Corner. Dedicate a corner of your home where only English is allowed. Whether it's a small desk, a section of your living room, or a chair in your bedroom, make it your English-only zone. When you're in this space, speak, write, and think in English. This creates a mental association between the space and the language, helping reinforce your learning. 3. Practice speaking. Break the silence. Speaking is often the most challenging part of learning a new language, but it's also the most important. The key is to speak as much as possible, even if you don't have a partner to converse with. Mirror practice. Stand in front of a mirror and speak to your reflection. This might seem odd, but it allows you to practice speaking in a low-pressure environment. You can work on your pronunciation, facial expressions, and even body language. Ask yourself questions and answer them, just as you would in a real conversation. Describe your surroundings. Look around you and describe everything you see. For example, if you're sitting in your living room, you might say, "There is a sofa next to the window. The curtains are blue. I see a book on the table." This exercise helps you become comfortable with everyday vocabulary and sentence structure. Role-playing scenarios. Create imaginary scenarios where you might need to speak English. For instance, pretend you are ordering food at a restaurant, introducing yourself at a party, or asking for directions in a foreign city. Speak out loud and go through the entire conversation, imagining the responses and how you would reply. For reading and writing, building comprehension and expression. Reading and writing are essential components of language learning. They help you understand how English is structured and allow you to express your thoughts clearly. Start with simple texts. Begin with simple texts, like children's books or short stories. These are usually written in basic language and are perfect for beginners. As you read, pay attention to sentence structure, verb tenses, and how ideas are connected. Read aloud. Reading aloud serves a dual purpose. It improves your pronunciation and helps you get used to the flow of English sentences. Choose a short paragraph and read it out loud multiple times. Each time, try to improve your fluency and expression. Keep a journal. Start a daily journal where you write about your day, your thoughts, or anything that interests you. Initially, your entries might be short and simple, but as your confidence grows, your writing will become more complex. This practice not only improves your writing skills, but also helps you organize your thoughts in English. 5. Consistency, the pillar of success. Consistency is the key to learning any skill, and language learning is no exception. The journey to fluency is a marathon, not a sprint. It's not about how much time you spend in a single day, but about how regularly you practice. Daily English time. Set aside a specific time each day dedicated to English. Whether it's 15 minutes or an hour, make it a non-negotiable part of your routine. Consistency creates habits, and habits lead to mastery. Micro-learning. Incorporate English into your daily routine in small, manageable ways. For instance, you could learn a new word while brushing your teeth, listen to an English song while commuting, or think in English while cooking. These small moments add up over time and contribute to your overall progress. Track your progress. Keep a record of your learning journey. Note down the new words you learn, the sentences you construct, and the milestones you achieve. Looking back at how far you've come is a great motivator to keep going. 6. Building motivation. Stay inspired. Staying motivated is crucial, especially when learning a language that can sometimes feel overwhelming. Motivation keeps you going even when the progress seems slow. Set clear goals. Set specific, achievable goals for your English learning. For example, I want to be able to introduce myself in English within a month. Or, I want to read a simple English book in 3 months. Clear goals give you something to work towards and a way to measure your progress. Celebrate milestones. Every time you reach a milestone, celebrate it. This could be as simple as rewarding yourself with a treat, taking a break, or sharing your progress with a friend. Celebrating small victories keeps you motivated and reinforces your achievements. Positive affirmations. Start your day with positive affirmations like, I am improving my English every day, or I am becoming more fluent in English. These affirmations boost your confidence and set a positive tone for your learning. 7. Advanced techniques for mastery. Once you have a solid foundation and are comfortable with everyday English, it's time to take your learning to the next level. Advanced reading materials. Start reading more complex materials, such as newspapers, novels, and academic articles. These will introduce you to more sophisticated vocabulary, varied sentence structures, and idiomatic expressions. Practice with native speakers. If possible, engage in conversations with native English speakers. This will help you refine your accent, understand cultural nuances, and improve your fluency. English is more than just a tool for communication. It's the language that shapes our modern world. Whether it's business, science, technology, or culture, English serves as the foundation of global interaction. In today's interconnected society, the ability to speak English is no longer just an advantage. It's a necessity. It's the language of international diplomacy, the standard for global business transactions, and the medium through which groundbreaking research is shared. Imagine a world without the ability to communicate in English. Business deals would falter, international relationships would weaken, and the sharing of knowledge would be hindered. English is the common thread that weaves through diverse cultures, allowing us to share ideas, collaborate on global issues, and build connections that transcend borders. For individuals, Learning English opens up a world of possibilities. It provides access to higher education, better job opportunities, and the ability to engage with a vast array of cultural and intellectual resources. English is the language of innovation, the language that drives progress in every field. By mastering English, you equip yourself with the ability to participate in the global conversation, to contribute to the world in ways that were once unimaginable. Comprehensive Guide to Learning English at Home. Start with the foundations. Phonetics and sounds. Begin by immersing yourself in the sounds of the English language. Listen carefully to how words are pronounced, focusing on the subtleties of vowels and consonants. Pay attention to the rhythm and intonation of spoken English, which can differ significantly from your native language. Practice by mimicking native speakers and recording yourself to compare and improve. Basic grammar. A solid understanding of basic grammar is essential. Learn the fundamental rules of sentence structure, including the use of subject, verb, and object. Start with simple tenses like the present simple and past simple before gradually moving on to more complex grammatical forms. Understanding grammar will help you construct sentences accurately, making your communication clear and effective. Expanding your vocabulary. Themed word lists. Organize your vocabulary learning by themes. For instance, you could focus on words related to food one week, then shift to travel, and then to emotions. This method helps you group words together in a meaningful context, making them easier to remember and use. Active vocabulary use. Don't just learn new words, use them. Try to incorporate at least 3 new words into your conversations or writing every day. For example, if you learn the word ambitious, you might say, "I have an ambitious plan to improve my English skills." Synonyms and antonyms. Enhance your vocabulary by learning synonyms, words with similar meanings, and antonyms, words with opposite meanings. This will help you express yourself more precisely and avoid repetition. For instance, instead of always saying good, you could use excellent, superb, or fantastic, depending on the context. 3. Developing speaking skills. Shadowing technique. This technique involves listening to a native speaker and trying to mimic their speech in real time. It's an excellent way to improve your pronunciation, rhythm, and fluency. Choose a short audio clip, such as a news segment or a dialogue from a movie, and repeat it out loud, trying to match the speaker's tone and speed. Role-playing scenarios. Create different scenarios in which you might need to use English, such as ordering food at a restaurant, asking for directions, or attending a job interview. Practice these scenarios by speaking out loud, either by yourself or with a partner. This not only builds confidence but also prepares you for real-life situations. Monologues and storytelling. Another effective way to practice speaking is by creating short monologues or telling stories. Choose a topic you're passionate about and speak about it for a few minutes. Record yourself, then listen back to identify areas for improvement. Storytelling also helps you practice using varied sentence structures and tenses. 4. Listening and comprehension. Daily listening practice. Expose yourself to as much English as possible. Listen to English conversations, speeches, or audiobooks daily. Start with content that matches your current level, and gradually challenge yourself with more complex material. Focus on understanding the main ideas first, and then pay attention to specific details. Dictation exercises. Practice your listening skills through dictation exercises. Listen to a short passage, pause, and write down what you hear. This helps improve both your listening accuracy and your ability to spell words correctly in English. Afterward, compare your writing with the original text to identify and correct any mistakes. Identifying key phrases. When listening to English, try to identify key phrases or expressions that are commonly used. These are often idiomatic expressions or collocations, words that frequently go together. Understanding and using these phrases will make your speech sound more natural. 5. Immersing yourself in English. Creating an English environment. Transform your home into an English-speaking environment. Surround yourself with English language materials, such as books, newspapers, and posters. Change the language settings on your devices to English. The goal is to make English a part of your daily life, so that you are constantly exposed to the language. Engage in English thought. Challenge yourself to think in English instead of translating from your native language. This can be difficult at first, but it's a crucial step towards fluency. Start by thinking in English during simple daily tasks, like deciding what to eat or planning your day. Writing in English. Write in English every day. This could be in the form of a journal, short stories, or even essays on topics you're interested in. Writing helps reinforce vocabulary, grammar, and sentence structure. Over time, you'll find that your ability to express complex ideas in English improves significantly. 6. Achieving consistency and discipline. Building a routine. Consistency is the cornerstone of language learning. Establish a daily routine where you dedicate a specific amount of time to studying English, whether it's 30 minutes or 2 hours. The key is to stick to your schedule. Over time, this regular practice will lead to significant improvements. Using a learning log. Keep a learning log to track your progress. Write down what you learn each day, including new vocabulary, grammar rules, and pronunciation tips. Reviewing your log regularly will reinforce what you've learned and help you identify areas where you need more practice. Setting achievable milestones. Set specific, achievable milestones for your English learning journey. For example, you might aim to hold a 5-minute conversation in English by the end of the month, or to read an entire English book by the end of the year. These milestones provide motivation and a sense of accomplishment as you achieve each one. 7. Motivation and mindset. Positive reinforcement. Celebrate your progress, no matter how small. If you learn a new word, use it in a sentence and give yourself credit for expanding your vocabulary. If you successfully complete a conversation in English, acknowledge the achievement. Positive reinforcement keeps you motivated and focused on your goals. Overcoming fear of mistakes. Embrace mistakes as part of the learning process. It's natural to make errors when learning a new language, and each mistake is an opportunity to improve. Instead of feeling embarrassed, use mistakes as a learning tool. The more you practice, the fewer mistakes you'll make over time. Maintaining long-term focus. Learning English is a marathon, not a sprint. It's important to stay focused on your long-term goals. Even when progress seems slow, Remind yourself of why you're learning English, whether it's for career advancement, personal growth, or the ability to connect with people around the world.